Hello everyone, my name is Kevin. I'm with mybar.net. I'm here today to discuss NetSuite's demand planning module. What this tool allows us to do is to forecast the demand for particular items, what we actually think we're going to sell, and then also build what's called a supply plan. So we might need to build some of those items. So the system will recommend that we create work orders for those items. And then some items might be a component of those work orders. And so the system's going to recommend, well, what do we need to purchase in order to build these items? So let's get started. So we can see here we have this item 1212P01, and it's actually made up of this parent sheet, right? So we're taking a sheet of plastic or a sheet of paper, maybe a piece of plywood, and we're going to cut it down into the finished good, which is the 1212P01 item. So there's six. We can make six of these. We yield six out of this. Um, and this other item, 1212P02, is actually set up the exact same way. So on the assembly item, we can define how we want to actually forecast our demand, right? We want to build a work order from it. We want to we want to build our supply plan based upon the demand plan, right? There's other ways that we can actually set this up. We might want to take a look at opportunities or quotes in the system for a given item, depending upon what building. But for our purposes today, we'll be setting up our demand plan based upon, our supply plan based upon our demand plan. So taking a look at the demand planning module, we can come in here and we have this calculate item demand plan. So we're going to choose our location, which is Pine Brook. We're going to want to do a moving average, right? There are a few, just before I hop along, a few other ways to project this, right? We can do factor in some seasonality. We can even do a linear regression model. But we'll start with the moving average just for today. And we're going to do this looking at monthly intervals. So we want to look back at 6 months worth of data, and we're going to project forward 3 months. And let me move this. And we come here, and boom. So now it's asking, do I want to overwrite this? Obviously, I had some demand plan staged in anticipation of this, but we take a look at this. So we've created two demand planning records, one for the O1 item, one for the O2 item. And we can see on these records, it basically calculated what the moving average should be and extrapolated that out forward. So here we have our 502 and 169. These are the quantities that the system's recommending that the forecast that it anticipates us selling in each of these given months. And this could be uploaded via CSV or even through the API if you use some other utility to calculate this. So next, we then want to come back and figure out our supply plan. So when we click Generate Item Supply Plan here, we're going to choose Pine Brook, right? And we're going to say, okay, we want to do this for the month of May. So we'll put in the date parameters, and we can even select, you can see here our parent sheet item. We're going to hit Submit. And it's just taking a second here to cook. Great. So now we have our supply plan. So if we were to look at one of these records, we can see that the system's recommending that we create a work order for a quantity of 403 in the month of May for this item. And then for the other item, it's suggesting that we create a work order for the quantity of 169 in the month of May, right? It wants it to be done by the 1st of May. And we can actually we have a link here to the underlying work order, right? So this is going to tell us what to build. We can release it. We can change the components, whatever we got to do on the work order, right? So that does match up here with our demand plan on the 169. And then here we have 502 was what we calculated, but the supply plan said, oh, for this item, you actually have, looks like 99 in stock. So it's going to say we're going to use those 99, and then the remaining 403 we're going to put onto a work order to build for the month of May. Like I mentioned before, the parent sheet, we also want to see what we want to be able to place a purchase order for that item. So here we can see that the system is recommending that we order a quantity of 112 of these in order to satisfy the work order demand for the two parent items that consume this product. And because this item has a lead time of 14 days, it's telling us that we need to place this purchase order as of the 17th looks like we're a little late, but usually you'd run this, say, a month in advance. You'd have your work orders forecasted, you'd have your purchase orders forecasted, and you would use this to then generate those purchase orders on the dates that are prescribed. So just a quick overview of the demand planning module. Feel free to send over any questions to our team, and we'd be happy to do a further exploration. Thank you.